So, Flute Haven. We call it a native flute school, but I like to think of it as a place where we come together and really be musical for a week. We've put together an event where we learn, we play, we jam, and throughout the week we kind of grow together as this musical family. We've worked really hard over the last 10 years to make this event have everything that everybody needs to be expressive and creative. We also have concerts and field trips. On Friday is an excursion to Camp Hill, which is a farm on the top of a mountain that has an incredible performance space. And we perform there as a group. We do a conducted improvisation ensemble, and we perform for the group of very special people who are at Camp Hill. We have flute makers in residence who add their perspective on making flutes and the sound of the instruments. And of course we have classes and learning experiences, jamming together, jamming with other flute players and jamming with other instruments to make it a very well-rounded musical experience. People also get Clinton Vera's Native Flute Handbook. It's a compendium of a lot of material that doesn't appear elsewhere. Philosophy of Flute Haven is, in one word, supportive. We're there to support every participant's creativity and musicality. There is no criticism, there are no wrong notes. What we do offer, we share techniques that we've learned along the way to improve everyone's solo flute playing, simple techniques for jamming and playing duets and trios with other flutes, and jamming with other instruments. How to play over percussion, how to play with a string player who might be changing chords, or a keyboard player that might be changing chords, how to incorporate rhythm in your music, how to play with rhythm when you encounter it. All these really simple techniques that you'll learn in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes time. And you'll carry that with you throughout your later musical experiences so that when it comes time to jam with a drum circle or perform in a situation where you might have a guitar or a piano backup, you'll be able to do it easily. Flute Haven has 3 different programs, and I'll start from the main program, which is the week-long program. It runs from Tuesday evening through Sunday noon, and it is kind of the meat of the Flute Haven experience. It's got all the classes and all the techniques. If you only have the weekend, we do have a weekend program that begins on the Friday in the evening and runs all day Saturday and through Sunday at noon. And we also have the leadership program, and that's really for people who are interested in facilitating flute circles. It begins Sunday evening and runs all week, and for the first 2 days, we work with the leadership people to build facilitation skills in the supportive style that we've learned how to do. We give techniques to make people's flute circles better, with more musicality, more interesting. And then the leadership people are able to facilitate through the rest of the week. As people arrive for the week-long program on Tuesday evening, the leadership people are doing facilitation in small groups, and as the week goes on, larger and larger groups, getting that facilitation experience. For the main staff at Flute Haven, we have 7 full-time music facilitators. Mostly I do flutes. We have a full-time vocal facilitator, Lynn Miller. We think the connection between voice and our other voice, the flute, is very important. We have a full-time percussionist who focuses on getting rhythm into your flute playing and teaching you how to play with rhythm. And we also have accompanists, Eric Miller and Ron Volkman, on strings and piano. And they're superb musicians. As well as doing performances, they're also available for not only workshops, but also to jam with you on jam sessions and recordings. And I mentioned before, we have a full-time novice and beginner instructor, Frank Henninger. And of course, we have my wife, Vera, who kind of holds it all together with her energy and her organization. She's certainly the first person that people meet when they arrive for the welcome hug. We also have flute makers in residence. Every year, we select 3 very different flute makers who come. They're part of the program. They're in the sessions, and they're constantly giving their input as to what makes a good flute and their perspective on the flute as an instrument in all the sessions that we do. They also give sessions of their own on how to select a flute and how to care for your flute and things like that. And if you're a participant and also a flute maker, you're welcome to bring your creations, and we'll provide you with a table for the vendor area so you can offer your flute creations to the group. The retreat center we have for Flute Haven is stunningly beautiful. It's in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. It actually borders on the national park. The retreat center is on the Schuylkill River. You can go in the forest and play your flute, and we actually put people out into the forest in places that we know that sound great and are great for playing. And the actual workshops are in the same building as the residence. So we're in, you just walk downstairs to the workshops. It's really convenient. We also have meals right on site. So we couldn't ask for a better place to have the event. A big aspect of Flute Haven are the 4 recording studios that we run. We run them as kiosks. You get your own USB stick and you put it in the kiosk and you are recording. We have a professional studio setup with headphones, professional quality mics, multiple mics for doing flute duets and trios. We have the ability to play along with the guitar, play along with percussion, play along with keyboards, and close to 700 freely usable backing tracks. So you could go down at 2 o'clock in the morning and record your masterpiece over backing tracks with high-quality headphones. And why do we do this? We really want people to hear the sound of their own playing. That's an extremely important aspect, to really hear what your flute sounds like. That's the beginning part, but also, as you progress, you're going to want to record. Why? To have something to give to your friends and family. It's an easily achievable goal to come, sit with a recording kiosk for an hour, cut a bunch of tracks, and take them home and put them on a CD. Burn them to a CDR, put your name on it, and go and give your music to your friends and family. Just say, this is my music. This is what I am musically. So we really are kind of proud of the recording kiosk and the recording setup. Flute Haven is in September in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. You can find out all the information on flutehaven.com. We really hope you can join us.